We're going to move on from a very bloody and intense war movie, Hacksaw Ridge. Let's talk about a very light and colorful and bouncy animated flick called Trolls, which stars Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. And this movie, I wasn't expecting a whole bunch from. But I think this has come in the wake of the Lego movie and sort of the avoided disaster that movie became, and a source of inspiration that movie has since gone on to become, because obviously that movie was just about a toy line and but also our imagination and the freedom of that toy line and what it imbues in all of us. And Trolls, it's obviously based on the I think these things were around in the 70s. This little cute little toy line with huge everybody's got huge hairstyles and stuff like that. And on the surface, you look at a brand like that or a license like that, and you go, "Oh my God, what are they going to do with this thing?" But what they did is very smart. I mean, one of the first things that they did is they hired Justin Timberlake to kind of manage the music. He's kind of the musical director of the movie. So there's a lot of bouncy disco stuff in this movie, and if that stuff makes you want to barf in your mouth, don't go see this, because it's filled to the brim with lots of hit dance songs throughout the years, all kind of repatterned and remastered for this Trolls universe. And then there's a lot of, familiar to voice acting character actors out there, like Russell Brand plays a role. James Corden, actually, from his late night talk show, he's got a role in there. Lots of other voices that you're going to hear. Celebrities galore in this sucker. But it's really a musical, and it's so charming and so, light and happy and trippy and so filled with color. And there's lots of great effects where, like glitter shoots out of little tiny troll butts, and then the glitter kind of explodes into something else. And it feels like an acid trip when you're watching this movie in a lot of ways. But obviously at its heart is the message of everybody can get along. We just have to find our happiness. The bad guys in this movie, because of course there has to be bad guys. And I got to tell you, my little 4-year-old, my daughter Ruby, was a little bit terrified by these sort of ogre, overgrown, beastie characters that they have in there that actually eat the trolls to get some happiness. And they were a little bit. McLovin plays one of those guys. He's pretty funny in this movie as well. I forget the guy's name in real life. That's my bad. Christopher Mintz-Plasse. He does a very good job in there. Thank you, Blake. He's very funny. There's talking clouds. There's a great sense of comedic joy all the way through this. Good sense of timing, good sense of rhythm. Justin Timberlake kind of plays against type, and he's a guy that's really about not being colorful and dancing and singing and all that stuff. And eventually, spoiler alert, he comes around and starts to join the way of the Trolls, who are a bouncy, singing, and hugging lot. They like to take breaks every half an hour to hug each other and stuff like that. So it's really hard to get down on a movie like that it just so effortlessly embraces levity and fun. And frankly, it's darker days right now because we're getting into winter and it's raining here in Vancouver. It's probably snowing, or we might have crappy weather, most likely in one of the places that you might be watching this right now. Of course, all of this election stuff. This is one of the ugliest American elections that I can remember in my life. There's a lot of darkness in the world. This Trolls movie is the perfect antidote to that. It's a perfect escape from that. And I had fun. I laughed. I thought the music was really cool and joyous, and it was also clever. It also made me laugh quite a bit throughout this whole thing. So I'm going to give Trolls an 8.5 out of 10, and it rates up there pretty high as one of my favorite animated flicks from the last little while. Has anybody seen this thing? I think it did pretty well. I think it was a good weekend for movies. Doctor Strange did some huge numbers. Congrats, Doctor Strange. Hacksaw Ridge, I think, came in at number 2, and Trolls came in at number 3. And movie theaters are happy, and Hollywood is happy, and more importantly, movie goers are happy. So it was a good weekend for Hollywood. Yeah, it's really solid. Bearing on YouTube says, "Wow, 8.5, pretty good." Yeah, it really is very good. I I feel like you should get out there, especially if you've got kids that you can go see it with. Vic, have you ever gone to a movie like Trolls or the Lego Movie, Daniel Turl is asking, and realized, will people judge me because I'm going to a kid's movie? No, man. I've never thought that way. That's why I love playing, kids games and collect action figures. I mean, this is what I picked up at Disneyland when I was there. No, I've never thought like that. I think do what you dig, man, and who cares what people think? Enjoy stuff. Animated flicks are amazing. I've always loved cartoons. I've always loved animated stuff. I just wish I had more time to check more of these things out. I know there's tons of awesome anime, and there's lots of great animated series that you can watch on YouTube right now, or on Netflix, pardon me. I'm a big fan of lots of kid stuff, and the Lego Movie was incredible. I'll fight you for that. I mean, I thought that was an awesome movie, and I can't wait for the Lego Batman movie. Okay, not sure for my just turned 3-year-old. Yeah, it's a little. The animated movies, and this is for Bearing, the animated movies these days, like The Secret Life of Pets, which I saw earlier this year, sometimes they just get a little too intense. The Good Dinosaur is a great example. That movie is way too intense for the really young ones. And they explore some dark stuff. I mean, Bambi did back in the 50s or 60s, wherever they did it, but now everything is ratcheted up with crazy fast music and lots of scary bad guys and stuff. So you do kind of have to search it out. And I'll tell you, I'm going to check out a lot of these movies because I have a kid of my own, and pretty soon we're going to be seeing Moana together. But often I let my 4-year-old check out the trailer, and she lets me know if the thing is too intense in the trailer for her to want to go see it, and I respect that. I don't think forcing a kid to grow up quicker than they want to is a good idea at all. I took my now ex to see The Incredibles. Swangor saying she got mad because I took her to see a cartoon. That relationship didn't last very long. Booyah! There you go. There's some words of wisdom right there. Storks was excellent. Blarcade, that was another great one too. Yeah, I think one of the things, Pixar raised up this bar, and then, Warner Brothers had like Iron Giant and the Lego Movie as these two bastions out there. But I think everybody, and, Shrek was really decent, and Kung Fu Panda. I think all of the studios not only saw the money, because let's face it, it's the money that they all chase, but they saw that there was this really solid quality bar that had to be hit when you make these animated features. And I think some of the best creators, Frozen is an excellent movie. Tangled is an excellent movie. I really hope that Moana is that great. Big Hero 6, awesome. The Incredibles, awesome. I think that there are amazing talents in the animation world out there. Do I miss hand-drawn animation? I do, but I think what's happened with CG now is that it's come so close to being as expressive and painterly, and so diverse, and there's so many different ways to create CG animation. Like there's that Lava Pixar short, which is incredible. There was the Sanjay Super Team thing that was amazing that Pixar put together. I do miss it, and I just bought the Iron Giant Collector's Edition thing on Blu-ray, and I haven't seen that again. But it's, like we are inundated, and that's kind of what today is all about. We are inundated with great choice, whether it's superhero TV shows or animated flicks and television shows. It's a good time to be a nerd. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.